Well, we've got a fun little video today. This is one of my ride-along videos. I'm going to take you down Finlayson Arm Road in Greater Victoria. This road is in the Highlands, which is on the outskirts of Greater Victoria, and it starts kind of in the boondocks, and it ends up at Goldstream Park, which is a popular park right at the base of what's known as Finlayson Arm, a little branch off Saanich Inlet, and it separates the Saanich Peninsula from the rest of the island. So why are we taking this road? Well, because it's, whoa, super twisty. That truck really cut off the road there. The road right now is kind of 2 lanes wide. It's a little bit on the narrow side, and at times it's going to get down to a single lane for traffic in both directions. So pay attention, look ahead, but this is a nice twisty road taking us through the back streets. We're going to wind our way from being out in the boonies to Goldstream Park, which is famous for salmon spawning. But first, we'll enjoy the road on our way out here. So lots of twists, lots of turns, and we're starting in the Highlands, so we're going to drop a lot of elevation because we're going to go right down to sea level. Now, I want to draw your attention up to the right-hand side here, because just ahead right here, we've got a fence made out of old skis. That's kind of cool, huh? He's had that there for many years. Man, this is just such a fantastic day to go on a motorcycle ride. The sun is out, it's nice and warm, and everything's still super green. So what makes this a great motorcycle road? Well, it definitely has some twists and turns, but ultimately, I think it's the other factors that maybe make this such a fun road to explore. You really feel you're out in the country on a back road. There's several houses along the way. Oh, here's a spot where you need to pay attention. It looks like you should go straight there, but that's just a dead end. It doesn't go very far at all. It's a turn that almost tricks me even today when I go down here. Here's a spot where you have to be careful. It gets quite a tight turn here. And you're down again now to a single lane as you're making your way down. Now, I'm actually close, here, where you see these parked cars. This is a place to get to the back side of Mount Finlayson, which is an interesting hiking area. Most people get to Mount Finlayson from the front, which is over by Goldstream Park. But this is the back end, and it's a lot easier to get to the top. The normal way up, you have to scramble up a rock face, and it's fairly challenging. This way is a lot easier, but fewer people know about it. Now you can see how steep the road is here. It's masked somewhat by the GoPro, but you can just imagine how steep it is really. This is a really steep road. A long time ago, before it was paved, my dad had trouble getting up here in his car just because of how steep it was and spinning the gravel. But it's all paved now. But the road conditions are poor. A lot of this is really patchy, so that kind of detracts from the experience, but it kind of adds to it too. As long as you know it's there, you can sort of compensate for it. So it's neat scenery. It's out in the country and seeing a different aspect of Victoria life. It's nice and steep. There's decent twisties, but I've had better, and those kinds of things make it fun. Of course, there's almost no traffic, and you get to experience these trees right up against the road, so that's kind of thrilling too. You need to make sure you can always see ahead, because you would not want to meet a big truck coming in the other direction. So just getting back to Mount Finlayson for a moment, it's really more of a hill. It's about 420 meters tall, so that's 1,400 feet, something like that. So it's not really a mountain, it's just the biggest around. In fact, it's not even the biggest around. I think Mount Work is slightly taller than it, and there's a few other peaks around. But it has an impressive profile and stands out, so it's a nice area to go hiking, that's for sure. Besides the natural charms of this road, it also is a sort of a shortcut for me whenever I want to go up island. It allows me to not go through the traffic snarls of Greater Victoria and instead do this backcountry route, which gets me They're just a little bit faster, but in a lot better spirit given the nature of the road. Oh, there's a motorcycle. There's actually a big tract of land. I think it's 120 or 180 acres of land on the right hand side that's available as one package for sale. It's been for sale for several years now, but it's super steep, super wild, super out of the way. Yeah, and fairly expensive to buy. But it'd be a pretty spectacular piece of property if you could figure out a good use for it. It goes all the way down to the water and all the way up these steep hills. Well, at this point, I think we've entered Goldstream Provincial Park. It's a large park that covers the waterway. It covers part of the Finlayson Arm, and I believe it covers Mount Finlayson as well. So it's a great park. It's got group campgrounds, regular campgrounds, lots of hiking, day use area, and of course, trails just everywhere. So, popular spot. Also, I mentioned earlier the salmon spawn here. So in late October and into November, you can see the salmon. They always return to their birth river and do their spawning. So they lay the eggs for the next year. And then the salmon die. So there's all these rotting salmon in the water, but you can see the salmon as they're making their way up the stream. It's an interesting experience. Boy, it sure is green out here. I love this time of year. It's just so vibrant in color. Well, that'll just about wrap this video up. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what other videos you'd like to see, and hopefully we'll ride together someday. Till then, bye for now.